guys? Welcome back to this week's astrological forecast. I'm so happy to be here. I know, it's so funny. Although I have never given a specific time on when I do go live, the vibes this weekend surely brought us down in the later half of this week, okay? In the day. So, yesterday I had a really great day. I got together with some family, and it was a really special occasion. So I'm really blessed and honored to be able to have done that. I had a really great time. Needless to say, your girl got home really late. Needless to say, we here, and we're making it happen. And I really pray that each and every one of you has and or had, okay, a fantastic weekend, especially for those that's living in the northern hemisphere. We are now in August. Shout out to all my Leos out there, right? And this is the home stretch. This is the wind down, so to speak. I know, the wind down of the summer months, right? We are slowly but surely transitioning into fall. I know last night, okay, but just your girl was prepared, okay? The weather dropped, and it was like a little fallsy. Nothing like really crazy, but still you needed like a nice little jacket. So I did have this nice like really fitted butter leather jacket with me. I always like to cover up because I get cold fast. So guys, let's head on into the forecast. I gotta share, give y'all a little update what's going on with your girl. Oh, and before I start, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you be notified every time your girl uploads a video. Be sure to check out my weekly blog. I blog every week. It goes live every Thursday. There is going to definitely be a new article waiting for you guys, me sharing with you guys and giving you tips of how we can live a better, healthier, prosperous life going forward, right? And also be sure to check out my podcast. It goes live every single Thursday as well. I'm trying to see and follow me on Instagram. There you go, because I'm always posting in my stories. Here we go. So now, today is, August 1st. I had to think about it. August 1st. Shout out to all my Leos once again. It is the season of the lion, right? Lion energy. The moon right now is in Gemini. Then the moon will be moving into Cancer. The funny thing is, I did not write down the date. And the date that will happen, thank God I have my ephemera still open. Wednesday, the 4th. Okay, so the moon is right now. It actually, guys, you already know the deal. I already explained to you, okay? Right now, the moon is in Taurus. Sorry, guys. Listen, okay? The moon is in Taurus. Then the moon will be moving into Gemini tomorrow, which is Monday, August 2nd. Then the moon will be moving into Cancer Thursday, the 5th. And then the moon will be moving into Leo this Saturday, which is the 7th, okay, which is my beautiful number. And then we have the true node, which is in Gemini, which is also in retrograde, okay. This retrograde with the true node in Gemini has been a real home stretch. We did have a break around Thursday the 15th. It did go direct for a couple of days, and then it went back into retrograde. Actually, the 20th. It went back into retrograde, and we're still there. So that's with the true node, and then with Mercury, we have it being in Leo. I was gonna say Gemini. Mercury is in Leo. I repeat, Mercury is right now in Leo, okay, and Venus is in Virgo, Mars is in Capricorn, Ceres is in Gemini, Jupiter is in retrograde in Aquarius. Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius. We have Uranus, which is residing right now in Taurus. And then we have Neptune, which is in Pisces in retrograde. Then we have Pluto in Capricorn in retrograde. So we have these current events that has been really just kind of just coasting us into the next half of, or I should say into the next months, right? So basically, outside of the retrogrades, what the couple of things that stood out for me this week, which is um, Mercury of being in Leo, right? That definitely is a vibe, because right now with Mercury being in Leo, it's all about that fire energy, that you might feel a passion to be really luxurious. Leo is all about the best quality. I shared with you, I think in my last live, I am doing an extended purge on everything. And this is not about rushing the deal. One of the things that I learned with these retrogrades is this is not the time to rush, but this is the time to really examine, take key notes to the things that is currently working in your life. Really be honest with yourself. Get rid of the things, get rid of the things that you just are holding on because it still looks pretty. It's like, let me tell you, it's getting down to the wire. I'm laughing because doing a real purge in my closet. I haven't done a purge like that since I was actually working for somebody, working in a physical job for somebody else other than myself, right? And the 2 years after that, excuse me, right? So now I'm in a different space in my life, and I'm like, I wouldn't be caught in that. Like, my body changed. I was actually, I'm still slim, but I feel like I put on way more muscle in terms of in a healthy, active way. And my clothes, a lot of them still fit, but it's just like either dated, something, my style changed. My style is more refined now. So a lot of things that I used to feel confident in, I totally wouldn't wear now, right? But these are the things of, this is a showmanship of your personal growth. When instead of like, oh my God, I gotta find this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that, I look at it as a challenge. I look at it as a time for me to really show me, okay, because this is not about, looking good or feeling good for anybody else. This is about you. This is about you respecting who you are. This is about allowing the work that you have put in the journey that you have came from, allowing that person, that space to really set precedent in your life right now, right? And I really believe that all these retrogrades are, it's been going on for a while, a couple of months with these retrogrades. And I'm telling you, I spoke too soon, and I keep saying that because I was coming from a space like, oh my God, like, oh, you know what? They're not really affecting me. First of all, retrogrades affect everybody. We are always all affect. This lighting, though, I don't know if the sun, I'm here for it, like a moonlight, right? Guys, we are really taking in reflection and time from within ourselves. So definitely, with Mercury being in Leo, I honestly feel that we all are, including myself, is coming from a place of passion, a newfound type of energy. And that is something definitely I want to start off with in the forefront. Now, second was definitely Venus being in Virgo and Mars being in Virgo. Now, here's the thing. I also noticed a particular trend in energy that it's like, although it's Leo season, it's kind of like it's Virgo season as well. Same thing when it was Gemini season, kind of felt like it was Cancer season as well. And I really believe is because of this Mercury energy, and Mercury rules Gemini. Double, like what they say, double trouble, right? So with this energy, a lot of energy being in Gemini. Also, Sirius right now is in Gemini as well, as I discussed. It's a lot of that mercurial and type of energy, bringing in, harnessing in the newfound energy before. I don't want to say before it's time, but it's like, you know what? I know we're here. I know that this is Leo season. Again, shout out to all my Leos. I know this is Leo season, but you know what? Let me give you a splash of that earthy vibe. You know, you're gonna feel, feel the need to go outside. This is a great. Let me tell you, spring. I love summer, guys. I love the sun, but fall is a vibe. You know what I mean? I mean the winter. But we're going one day at a time. But fall is definitely a vibe. The colors are extremely rich. Again, that Leo energy, hence the Virgo energy as well, right? Because Virgos are earth sign, also ruled by Mercury. Do you see a theme there? So with that energy, as well as Mars being in Virgo, Mars is the warrior. Mars is the one at the forefront of the battle that you want to take heed to your journey. You want Mars to be on your team, because Mars is going to be like, no, Captain, we doing this. Actually, Mars is the captain. Mars is like, in terms of being a warrior, has a specific time, a certain calculation in terms of how they're going to execute things. And we need that type of energy. We need that energy in terms of our embetterment. I personally believe extremely. Right now, also, I've been getting a lot in terms of health wise. Guys, I'm not trying to preach to the choir, but this is my platform, and I love you guys, and I want to share what I know that has been working for me. And it's not to say that it will be working for you, but I am 99.9 positive, because we are all human beings on one scale or the next. I'm sure what I believe in, the things I say will resonate with you. The things that you eat is extremely important, guys. And I know. And I'm not coming from a space of like, you should do this, you should do that. I don't believe in that. I personally have realized in my journey, although I don't eat meat and I eat fish just a little bit, like in terms of occasion, like yesterday I allowed myself to indulge. I was having a good time. I was with family. I feel like that is a homage to what's around me, to source energy, and also a congratulations for myself. Like, I don't omit myself from having certain things, but as I am progressing in my journey, I realize what works for me and my body and my chemical genetic makeup is much more vegetables, eating more of an alkaline diet, which gives me a roadmap of the things that will allow me to be in a consistent flow in terms of how my body is moving, my health, right? And not just physically, but also spiritually and mentally. And I'm telling you guys, you are literally what you eat. This is not a sermon. This is not a situation where I'm pouring into you and telling you what to do, but I love you guys. I'm saying, yourself. I don't have to tell you what to do. Okay, you know what feels good, and you know what doesn't feel good. You know how you feel after you have certain things, and you know how you don't feel after certain things. Like, honey, I had a couple of excuse me last night, right? Your sister got up a little slower, but we here though. But I knew that going in, but this is the benefits of working for myself. This is the benefits of the things that I created to be in this space. But in saying that, this is not a space that I visit all the time. Nor do, honestly, guys, nor do I care to visit all the time, because everything has its season. When I was in my 20s, yeah, and to be honest, even when I was in my 20s, because I was a young mother, I had things to do. Okay, I still had to get up. I had house to keep. Okay, so me just parading, unless, let's keep it real, unless he went to his father's house or a family member's house, close. When I say, because I didn't really send my son away like that when he was younger, I'm talking about like first generation, like my aunt, grandmother, like type stuff like that, or his father side of the family. Then I will allow myself to indulge because I had the whole weekend. But guys, like, I'm 48 now. Nobody trying to, for me, okay? Shout out to the people but for me, I like to get it in like I did last night. Get in where you fit in, and then I'm good. And that goes into what I was discussing in terms of my food choices. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because Venus is in Virgo. Virgos are usually, for the most part, they are extremely health conscious. Any Virgo that you would meet usually is up to par in terms of how, not only how they keep themselves physically, in terms of how they keep themselves together, but they also are very stringent in terms of their health. That's really big for them. They're not the type, and that Virgo vibe does not sit in a space of being stagnant in terms of making sure that they're good. Okay, so that is definitely the energy that I'm receiving for you guys. This is especially for the people that's in the northern hemisphere, but regardless of where you live, your physical health is extremely important. And the reason why, another reason why I should say that I'm really driving into that is because we also have Mars in that Virgo energy this week. And Mars is a big type of energy. Wherever Mars show up in your chart, you'll see where it's like either something, there's certain things within that astrological part where if Mars is in, it has you more like maybe like antsy, or things got to be a certain type of way, type of energy on that aspect, because Mars is a very mystical. Sometimes I feel like Mars energy it's almost like the leader of the stars, so to speak, in a sense, in terms of like, if there's anything like, if the wind needs to start flowing to get the shit off the ground, Mars and Pluto, because Pluto is all about death and rebirth, right? So whenever you find these type of aspects within your chart, it's really great to really take a deeper dive and allow yourself to understand this type of energy. Definitely, I really feel that this earthy vibe and this flame where we have the sun, and it's so beautiful, the dance within and anyway, Virgo is after Leo, but it's so beautiful in terms of the dance between the Leo energy and the Virgo energy, because if you really think about it, when the sun is out, right, and it's at its highest peak, it actually breathes life into the existence of things that we want in our lives. This is when plants really get strong. This is where roots are really sunken in. And just like when I said in terms of getting rid of things, even if it feels good, guys. And when I say feel good, meaning like, oh, I do. See, there's a difference with really appreciating how something looks and liking it. And there's a difference with, I love this. I love the feeling when I touch it. I forgot who, it was a woman that came up with this concept in terms of like when you are, I keep doing this, guys, because my shoulder. it's there's a concept that goes where it's like if you are cleaning out your closet, so to speak, take everything out and touch everything like you make you make your piles, whatever the situation, but everything you touch, you should have a great feeling, a great vibe from that particular garment, right? Or whatever you're throwing out. But if you are just like, this is still good, and you're examining it and you're looking at it, because it may be in great tip top shape, but it just doesn't resonate anymore. It just doesn't give you that oomph that you need. And I truly believe, and I'm definitely working on practicing what I preach, because I am not perfect, but definitely at the forefront, every single thing that is around me, that goes inside my body, okay, that is on my body, has to feel good, has to feel, I have to feel the vibes of life in everything that I do, guys. Like, I work so hard to be here. I work so hard to even know this. And when I say know this, it's one thing to hear it and be aware of it. But when you really take time to really examine and really get to know, you could actually be aware of somebody like, oh, I heard that name before. But it's not until you take time to either sit one-on-one or have that conversation. And I'm not talking about texting. When you get into a certain intimate, okay, that's the word I'm looking for, intimate state with something, this is when you can see the value that it holds in your life or does no longer hold in your life. And that is a beautiful thing, because when you can let go of the things that still you have an appreciation for, but you are coming from a space of being honest with yourself, and you're able to let that go. That was hard for me. So listen, that was really hard, because and I think most people, like, that's why we hoard things. Yes, hoard things. We keep things. This is why these purges are really important, because we get used to the things around us, and it's like, if they're still, we like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I just kind of feel like it's really, oh no, now I don't just kind of feel, in my humble opinion, I believe that every so often, whether it be every 6 months, every year, okay, don't let it get 2 years like me, but life happens. Whenever you find that hankering where it's like, like, you just feel close in, start examining the things around you. Start looking like what needs to be changed, what needs to be shifted, what needs to be moved, because a lot of times that energy is stagnant in your life. And when you are in a space of rooted energy that feels stagnant, it can be confusing, and you can feel like there's no way out of that, or feel that you are not doing enough, when in actuality you just need to let go of some dead weight, so you can be able to ascend and lift and go into the very thing that you're working for, in a floating type of blessing, right? Because the creator did not give us these downloads, okay, put us in these spaces, and let us have these dreams and aspirations for our lives to make it difficult. A lot of times when we find it to be difficult, it has something to do with us. Okay, I know. I know. So definitely, Venus and Mars in Virgo definitely stuck out to me. And last and not least, I think I touched on that, which is Neptune being in retrograde, okay, in Pisces. That Pisces energy to me is so much like a fish, right? You know how, like, you see the fish dive in, dive out, dive in, dive out, shows up, go away, shows up, go away. It's not always so prominent, but then it pops back up. And with that, with Neptune being in retrograde in Pisces, honey, a lot of things is definitely going to come to light. It's like waking up from a spell, so to speak. A lot of the things that has taken precedent, I should say, find itself in the forefront of my life, It's not to say that it was not there. It's just that, you know what, other things took precedence. And now it has recalibrated itself, and now I'm in a space that I remember before, but it hasn't kept any precedence in my life, because again, other things took precedence. I say this to say, because a lot of times in that same order, because it's like you could get in a space where it's like you're beating up on yourself. You're beating up on yourself this week, like, oh my God, I had this to do, or you're just coming for a epiphany, like, oh my God, I could have always did it this way. Don't beat up on yourself. Everything takes its time and energy, and like I said, with the fish going up and out of water, it's just the roll of the dice. It's just that, especially with these retrogrades, and retrogrades, for who that does not know, is when the energy appears to be moving backwards. The planets appears to be moving backwards, so to speak, right? It's just the flip of the dice. So rather than this week taking the time to, like, you know what, time is moving so fast, especially for those that live in the northern hemisphere. Oh my God, time is moving really fast and it's getting darker. Because like right now, before this time when summer just started, it would have still been light outside. Okay. I know this is slowly but surely getting a little dimmer. Okay, fine. Roll of the dice. We are here this week to really, really shed that skin. Let that energy go. Take that bubble bath. Take that luxury, if you can, or take that luxurious shower. Have something really great waiting for you. Play some really good soothing music. Have a good book waiting for you in your bed, so to speak. That has been my vibe on my Kindle. And secret, I still love junior books, like, you know, those books like teenagers read, like right now, I'm reading this book. I forgot the name. What's the name of this book? It's a series, but anyway, it's about this little girl. Well, she's not a little girl. She's actually a young lady, and she just realized that because she was adopted, and she just realized that her mother was a witch and her whole family are witches, and she can't tell her sister that she's really close with. But she's adopted. They're not, you know, blood sisters, but they love each other as if, and she can't tell anybody. I love shit like that. I love a light mystery. Oh, and the mystery is that this lady, I think her name is Dana. Anyway, she was murdered. Okay, so she is also a private investigator, and I personally think that the husband got something to do with it, but I don't know, because now he's not the husband. He was saying that they just got engaged. I don't know, but then when she told other people, I don't know, but everybody else didn't know that they was gonna get engaged. I don't know. Anyway, I say this all to say, I look forward to that book. I came home late last night, and I still put on my Kindle. Yes, even if it was just a couple of reads. I love to know that I gave myself that time to wind down instead of just looking at my phone. I allowed myself to read and just nourish and just feed myself. And I love to read, so I have to make time for that, because for a long time I was saying to myself, guys, oh, I'm gonna read more. I don't know why I'm reading, because I didn't make it a priority. I didn't make it a priority, and it goes back to what I was saying in terms of the roll of the dice. The dice rolls over, and then it's like, shit, I haven't been doing X, Y, and Z. Why not? And then you reevaluate the things that really mean something to you, because if the dice is rolled again, and then you get to say, here you are again, 9 times out of 10, it's not going nowhere. And this is part of who you are in your personality. And it's all about letting your true self shine through, guys. Your true self shine through, guys. Guys, I love you so much. I pray that this forecast keeps you light, on your toes, and keep you on point, because we are here to what? We are here to win, okay? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you be notified every time your girl uploads post a video of some sort, right? Be sure to check out my blog. It's Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the links will be down below. Be sure to listen out for my podcast. Episode 65 just went live this Thursday, well, last Thursday that just passed. There's a weekly podcast episode every Thursday where I go deep into energy and other things as well. It gets lit on the vibe. You already know. Okay, guys? I pray that this live finds you in great and lovely spirits, and I definitely speak to you soon. Bye.